So you tell me this is the car of the future? Funny, it doesn't look like a Tesla. Besides, I thought the car of the future was a black Trans Am that could talk back to you. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. And to wrap up our month of Studio Series figures, we're taking a look at a recent remake of one. This is B-127 from Bumblebee. But of course this version is the buzzworthy Bumblebee version. So many of the differences will basically be in paint job. That's mainly about it. It'll have the same accessories, but things may be in somewhat different colors, as we've seen with my comparison of Cop from the Studio 86 line versus the buzzworthy Bumblebee line. So that's about the only thing to really pay attention to. I got this version of him simply because it was at the place I was at. I bought a handful of these when I was at MatsuriCon back in August in Columbus. Gave a couple of panels on the Transformers while I was there. Loved it. But enough talk about that. Let's take a look here at Bumblebee B-127's background. And he comes with a rather clean background of Cybertron. So a slight change from what we've been seeing, especially when you compare it with last week's RC video. So all in all, it does still look nice. Now, I can't guarantee that's the same background that you'll get with B-127 if you bought the original, because I don't have that version. But at any rate, here we have B-127 from his early appearance in Bumblebee. And all in all, it does look like a nice representation of the figure. I'll give him a little spin here so everybody can get a good look at him. All in all, rather impressive. He does have the one lone accessory, which we'll take a look at right now. And that is his gun. It's kind of similar to a lot of the ones that other Bumblebee figures have included. It appears to be molded in a dark gray plastic, and the front end is painted in silver paint. But all in all, it still looks pretty good. I know there was a toy, like a Nerf gun sort of thing built like this. So one of the Robocons, they set that up for those of us who pre-regged. We could shoot to get a prize. And we got to use one of these. It's kind of fun. It was a nice fun way to celebrate being a pre-registered guest. Sad to see Pete's Robocon go, but it is nice to know BotCon is around again. Now if I could just afford to go to BotCon. Alright, at any rate, let's take a look here at B-127's articulation. And he would have what's probably close to standard articulation for a studio figure. His head can be turned from side to side. It is on a slight ball joint, so it will look up and down a little bit. His arms will raise up about so far. And they do rotate at the shoulder all the way. But you will have to move it out a bit so that it clears the wheels on his backside. You can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does have a swivel at the bicep. So B-127 has G.I. Joe battle grip, even without leaving Cybertron. You can twist his hips, but very slightly. It's not a whole lot due to the kibble on his back, so do be careful. You can spread his legs apart into almost a full splits. He does not really have much of a thigh cut. I mean, there is one, but as you can see, since it's not a whole lot, it's certainly nothing to write home about. You can raise his leg at the hip 90 degrees, and you can bend his leg at the knee 90 degrees. So all in all, he does have about the articulation you would expect. Oh, there's a hip, there's a joint down here at his feet. So you can move him at the ankles a bit, but again, it's pretty minor. And certainly nothing to write home about. Might amuse some of you that while we were on pause here, I had myself a sip of water and B-127 passes out on me. How the mighty have fallen. Okay, let's get ready to transform B-127. We start first of all by, we're going to pull down the chest here. Then we're going to turn him around to his backside, and we're going to pull out his back a bit so that we can rotate at the shoulders to get more of the car kibble out. There we go, that's getting it out. Now, once we've done that, we're going to get the head to look straight up like so. And then this whole unit that his head is attached to is supposed to fold inside, just like that. And then we'll come back here to his chest, and we're going to fold this piece out. And of course, once that's folded out, we come down here to his other chest area, and we're going to fold these pieces here upwards so that they are inside like that. Once we got that done, this whole unit is going to fold up and secure to the body. May have to shift the arm pieces a bit to get it secure, but everything should fit snugly together. Now, of course, once that's done, we're going to take his arms. You're going to want to rotate him at the elbow to rotate him at the bicep. And as you can see here, there's a little post protruding from the elbow. Well, there's a little hole in here, and that's where it goes. So that you can try to lock the arms into place. Just exactly like that. Now we're going to come down here to his legs. We got these covers here on his ankles. you will want to fold those upwards against his legs. And then now we're going to adjust him to sit like that. You're going to pop the leg pieces free here, separating them from their post. You're going to rotate, pull them free out, and rotate them around so they go towards his backside. This comes off looking a little complicated, but it isn't. The pieces are on a special hinge, so you will be able to hinge them up and fold them over like so. You got a post here protruding out of there, and it should lock into that hole near the tire. Just like that. Just kind of got to fix the one over here on the other side. Get the arm back under and reconnect. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I hope. Now, we're going to come in here. These tires on his legs, you're going to fold them so they go inwards. Then after they're inwards, you'll fold the armor they're around outwards and line it up to connect it onto the sides of the car. Just like that. Do it again here at the other one. And we'll try to get everything reconnected here, because he's definitely been popping apart on us here. This Bumblebee likes to do that. There we go. Now that we've got all that in place, we got to straighten his feet out so they can be connected together. Like that. Then, of course, once the feet are connected together, we'll straighten them out so they form the front of the car. Try to get everything lined up and make sure everything is secured. So we're going to come back up here to the top. This piece will fold outwards into the back to help complete the look. And then we're going to shift the whole thing forward like so. Adjust everything so that it lines up and everybody connects downwards. Just exactly like that. And then there we have it. B-127 is now in his Cybertronian car form. Now, of course, if you wanted to store the gun on him, well, we got to open him back up for a second. As you'll see, there's a couple of tabs in there, and these grooves are meant to hold the protrusions at the front of the gun. So you would just line them up to get them in there to secure the gun in place. And then close it back up. But of course, in the process of us doing that, it just spit it back out at me. And unfortunately, the arms kind of get in the way, so we'll just have to leave that separate. We tried. But at any rate, we get down to my thoughts. What do I think of B-127? I do like the fact that they left this one in the Cybertronian form, because it does look pretty good. It is a nice looking vehicle concept, and in a lot of ways I wish that many more of them had been seen in Bumblebee. But, as I also do understand, showing the scenes on Cybertron was expensive. And they were trying to do as much as they could to appease the fans of the G1 era. Which, is always a nice thing, but you gotta remember, Hasbro and Paramount, us G1 fans, we're in our 40s and 50s by now. We're not gonna live forever, despite all of our attempts to try. We aren't gonna live forever. So, eventually, you're gonna have to stop trying to appease us. Yeah, we're the biggest fans, but eventually we will go away. The flow of time is always cruel. But if they can make good product like this and actually get it in the stores, I think we'll probably stick around for a little while longer. If for no other reason than to tell the new generation what they're doing wrong. At any rate, that's my look at the buzzworthy Bumblebee version of Studio Series B-127. I hope you all enjoyed it. And remember, if you do like the content that we feature here on the channel, that also includes my sidekick Larry, please do remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now, next month, we're going to take a look at something completely different. We're headed out to the racetrack, folks. The newly released sub-series for Legacy, Velocitron 500, has been released into Walmart stores. And as of this recording, we do have most of them. I'm hoping to have all of them before the month is out so that we can see all of them. At least all the first wave. So please do look forward to that. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.